Hello YouTube family, Greg D here with another DCUO video, and today I wanted to show you what I'm using for my Nature Might DPS loadout. We're sitting here with our main character, which you all know and love, Terrorizing. We've been playing with sorcery with her since I created this character again. What was that, 6 months ago, 7, 8, 9 months ago now, however many months ago that was. She's basically been sorcery the whole time. You guys wanted to see nature. I had posted a poll on my channel asking what power we should go to next with this character. You guys said nature, so here we are. So without further ado, let's get into it. So just keep in mind before we get started that the numbers on this will be higher once you get your artifacts maxed out, you get the right allies, all that. So I just wanted to show you that currently we're sitting with 143 with the Omega, 120 with Strategist card, 129 with Transformation card. Again, once you get these maxed out, these numbers will grow exponentially. Now, as far as your allies go, excuse me, I'm currently using Crypto. If you want AoE, I would highly suggest going Superman or Shazam. I'm currently using Batman Who Laughs, and I have Zatanna here. Obviously, Zatanna was for when I was sorcery with this character. Using nature, I would highly recommend using Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy will help with your poison power interaction with this power. So the first support ally, you can use Batman Who Laughs. I've seen people use John Stewart. I've seen people use Cyborg for the power buff, but Poison Ivy would pretty much be a guaranteed for this loadout, which I'm working on getting. But I mean, as far as the other one goes, like I said, you can use Batman Who Laughs, you can use whatever you see fit. So just kind of find what works for you. As far as the loadout itself, what I'm using is Serpent Call, Savage Growth, Briar, Harvest, and then changing into the Primal Wolf form. And then once you turn into Primal Wolf, I'm basically using the same thing. And obviously we have the Omega Beams with the Omega Totality there as well. So one thing that is cool about the Primal Wolf form is you do get a buff. You get a short buff. So as soon as you turn into, if you go and look, as soon as you turn into the Primal Wolf itself, as you see here, it says your damage output, critical attack chance, and critical attack damaged are increased for a short time. So I would imagine that's maybe like a 30-second buff, tops. I mean, I don't know for sure. It doesn't really say here, but I would imagine it's 30 seconds. So what I would do personally is I would I would save the Primal Wolf form for like boss fights and raids, boss fights and alerts. I mean, when you're running open world content, you can pretty much use it whenever. The also cool thing about Primal Wolf form is you do get super speed movement mode as well there too. So if you're someone who likes, and you get a free weapon mastery type weapon attack as well. So I wanted to show it without pets, trinket pets, anything like that, any buffs. I want to show it with the Primal Wolf form and all of that stuff, just so you can kind of get a view here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start with our Serpent Call and then go through. And now you don't use, this is a might-based loadout, so you're not using any weapon attacks at all. So I should mention here too that as far as your stat points are concerned, you should be using super powered, critical attack chance, critical attack damage, and then everything else would be going to might and power. Obviously, if this was more of a precision-based loadout and you're using your like weapon mastery attacks, you would want to put the majority of your points into precision. But for this case, because it's might and power, and then once you max that out to where you want it, you can pretty much just throw everything to where you see fit. In this case, nature's alternate role is healer, so you might want to do like you might want to do your resto, you might want to do your critical healing magnitude there, your critical healing chance. So just something to bear in mind there. But without further ado, let's get in. So again, you're going to start with Serpent Call and then just basically go from left to right. So we're going to start, and then you hit bam, and then you hit bam, and then you hit bam, and then you wait for that to pop up, and then you hit this, and then you hit this, and then it's basically easy peasy. You're just going from left to right, waiting for everything to come off a cooldown, and easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then you throw in Omega Beams in there at the end. You wait for that, and then you kind of just, again, go left to right, and then, okay. So we'll come up here, we'll show you. So, for example here, in comparison to, I would say, so, okay, so you're about 30 seconds there, and it's under 7 million damage in 30 seconds. In comparison with Sorcery, I was probably doing between 5.5 and 6 million damage per 30 seconds with Sorcery. And that's with using a pet, that's with like having Fury and everything. So already you can tell, and I can tell, that Nature is definitely the better, I should say has more potential as far as like high DPSing. So now what we'll do is we'll do the same thing, but this time we'll get our pets out. So I'll get my pet, we'll get our pet, and we'll go. Same thing. We're just rolling right to left, or left to right, I should say. I don't know my directions. Just kind of roll through, and then when Omega Beams pops up, you just hit it, and then you just go left to right, and then you wait, and then you wait, and then you wait. All right, so now let's see where that was at for our, so we were just under 7 million damage for 30 seconds, and then, okay, so at 29 seconds, we were at 7 million. So, okay, so we were 2 seconds shorter, but as you can tell, more damage there with the pets. Had I actually gone the extra 2 seconds, it might have been closer to like 7.5 million, so. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll do the Primal Wolf form, and now we'll show. So we go boop, bibbity, 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 bibbity. Ba-ba-da-ba, let that go. Do 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 do. And we'll do the last one here, and done. So let's see where that. I saw some crits from Tactical Advantage there from the cards there. So, all right. So there you go. So as you can see, the Primal Wolf form also hits a little bit harder there too, because 32 seconds there we had 8.1, almost 8.2 million damage. So as you can see, the Primal Wolf form maybe earned us about a million, little over a million extra damage there over the course of that 30 seconds. But I would say to not stay in Primal Wolf form, because obviously after that increase of, I should say the buff, the extra critical attack chance, critical damage isn't going to last forever. So we'll do it one more time here. We'll get our pets back out, so we're just going to bop it, bibbit, bibbity, 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 bibbity. And again, we're just going left to right, east. Getting the thing there, and we're just going left, right, and left, right, left, right. Now, in the case of doing some like elite stuff, it might be a good idea to throw a shield in here, especially for beginners. I mean, the elite stuff, you kind of need anything you can get as far as anything extra, so throwing a shield in there in the loadout might work well too. There we go. So as you can see right there, of course that was an extra couple of seconds, but 11 million with 39 seconds. So Again, so 30 seconds with sorcery, even with the pet and everything, we were looking at 5.5 to 6 million damage from what I can remember doing in my sorcery loadout video. 30 seconds here, we're averaging between 7 and 8 million. So let's say 7.5. So overall, I'm going to say nature versus sorcery, you're probably, at least with how my character is spec'd out, where I am right now, I'm doing an extra, 2 to 2.5 million damage over the course of 30 seconds. And don't forget, too, that once you get all of your, artifacts here leveled out to the max, that'll go a long way. Now, some people will say, like, yeah, you don't have a lot of skill points either, which I totally realize that I don't. This is a new character. Well, this isn't a new character, but I've been only playing with this character for less than, 9 months, started totally from scratch. So I only have 177 skill points, but in the game, as of right now, artifacts matter. So you definitely want to get all of your these bad boys up to 200, and then again, you want to make sure that you're using at least poison ivy for one of the support allies to help with that, to help with the power interactions there. So we'll do this one more time. We'll get this, and we'll just roll through. Again, it's just left to right. It's really easy, really simple. Doesn't have to be overly complicated. And then when Omega Beams gets to, your orange spot there, you definitely hit that. So essentially, you're just rolling through the loadout until Omega Beams gets to where it needs to be. And then we'll just hit it again for vanity's sake here. And then there we go. And then we'll come over here and see where we're at. And let's see where we're at here. So 35 seconds, 10 million damage. So as you can see in that, 28 to 30 second range, we're in the 7 to 8 million range. 35 to 40 second range, we're about 10 to 11 million. So again, definitely stronger, I would say, than sorcery for sure, 1000%. But again, what I would probably do is, if you're looking for something like elite-wise, and you need to maybe add a shield, especially if you're newer to the game, I would probably, because you have two, I know we basically have two power interactions in this thing, which I understand. So I'd probably replace Briar with a shield. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, and also, you can also replace Briar with Voracious Plants here too. So that is also a possibility here as well, and we'll kind of show you that too. A lot of these powers can be kind of like mix and match, I've noticed. So we'll try the difference between Voracious Plants and Briar here. We'll wait for them. I'll pop my mother box here, and we'll do the same thing. So we'll go boop. Now the nice thing about this is you can kind of spam that a little bit. You can spam Voracious Plants a little bit there. We'll go boobity, bibbity, bibbity, and bibbity, and bap, 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 and then we'll hit it with the Mega Blast again. And then, okay, so we'll see where that does. We'll see what the difference is, if there is any difference. So you're about the same. So that's what I mean. You can kind of mix and match play for you, but as you can see, even using the Voracious Plants, you're kind of in that same similar, 34, 35 second range. You're in that 10.5 million range. So play around with it, see what works for you. But I think if you're wanting something that's totally might based and easy to use, you don't have to use any kind of weapon attacks, obviously. Something like this is pretty cool. And again, I would save the Primal Wolf form for boss fights, because that buff that you get with critical attack chance and damage only lasts so long, probably 30 seconds. So just another way. But there you go. So I hope you guys found this informative. We'll try it out for yourself. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, see you soon.